Hello, Stamper. Welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at frenchiestamps.com. Today I'm going to share a fun pop-up card. This pop-up going to lay flat. It fit perfectly in a regular size envelope. I'm going to have a little twist to this one today. This I learned that from Glenda at the Stamp Camp. We share our meeting and we do stamp along at our team meeting, and that was this one that she created. We take turn of the meeting and the stamp along and such. Well, this here I am using. It's part of a suite, so the month of June, all suite. It's buy one get one half off, or all the product. Just make sure that you know it's the lowest price that get the 50% off. Okay, so buy one get one at half off. On the suite can be the bundles, can be any product in a suite, and this is part of a suite. It's celebratory sips, and this is the paper. It is a die, not a die, but an embossing folder, glass, and garden. It's two of the skinny one. That it's part of that you can emboss that look like a glass. I didn't have that one, so I am using one that it's on the last chance. So I don't know, maybe it will be, maybe not. It's on the clearance rack that I say, or the last chance. That's the metal plate. Maybe you already have it. And see, I emboss my paper. My this is not stamped. It's all part of this paper. The only thing I stamp, it's the let's celebrate and yeah. It's simply note, I think. Simply said, the stamp said. The rest, it's all paper. Okay. So that's what I am using this paper here. So it would be a great card also if you're having a gathering and you want a seating area with names. That would be a good one, like Thanksgiving. You can use any paper, just change the paper, the color, and such. So for the base, you need two pieces of paper that measure 3 by 4, one of them, and one 3 by 3. Oh, a bird hit the window. I get so many birds scared good. Woohoo! Got fitter all over. So on the 3-inch side, you're going to score at 1 and 2. Now we're going to reinforce this. And like I said, you can use any color. I am using Blackberry Bliss. And we're going to have a little twist to this one. Glenda had shared many different dyes also. And she had used one that is on the last chance. It's the countryside. It's cut, not cut, but die cut, diagonal. So I'm going to share with you how we can do that without a die. So for the designer series paper, we need 3 strips of 4 by 1. And when I say one, I'm going to say a smidge smaller than 1 inch. So when you cut your paper, just put it just above where your line is. And the reason it's going to be easier, because when we're going to glue this on, we don't want to cover the score line, okay? So that's going to make it easier. And this one here, the 3 by 3, again, it's one piece of a smidge smaller than 1 by 3 inch long. So let's glue this, and this we're going to glue with the Tombow glue. I find it a lot easier most of the time when I do like a 3D or fine layers to add a very small adding the liquid glue than a tape glue or such, because it gives you the chance to move it. We will use the tear and tape. That's going to be for the bottom to keep this attached together. And this is going to be the bottom. So if you get some going in the direction, just remember it's going this way, okay? Just do your like a base. So this one really, it don't matter which direction it goes, because those fruit is going pretty much any direction. So you want to make sure that you don't cover your score line. Add some glue there. So that's why I did like a smidge smaller than the 1 inch there. And this go under. Really, you could skip this part, but when you fold your card, it's going to show. So it's just a little strip. I say go ahead and add that. And this one, though, you don't need any there, but it's going to be on top. This one going to be on top, so it's going to go this way here, okay? That's going to be our base. So I'm going to go ahead and put that over here. So now you understand why I say a smidge. It's just so you get the place for that score there. You don't cover it. Et voila. Now, you could use tumble glue, but I like the tape here. And for this one, you want the tape on this and on this one, just the top and the bottom, okay? Or both bottom, whatever the way you look at it. Very important that you don't put any other place because we're going to have to slide our topper or the other piece there. So put one there. And then one over here. Et voila. Okay, make it easy. Just burnish this here. And then I'm gonna remove this. Okay, this is gonna be my top. This is gonna be there. So now I'm gonna put that right here. I line that up with your score line there. And I try to have it equally on each side. So really it's like ½ inch on each side. I could always bring that. That's pretty good. Just eyeball that about ½ inch on each side. Then pull this up. Press this here. So you see it's going to be open here. And this is a reason because we're going to slide something there, okay? Now we're going to do the other part. This is a very, very simple card and a fun one. And then just lay it flat this way, then bring this here. Okay, so that is our base. Can it get any easier than that? I don't think so. Now, we're going to cut that slanted sideways. So what you're going to do, it's go this way, fold it towards you, and from the corner to the corner, you're going to cut that diagonal. And then I get some glue someplace right here. Okay, and then this side also, from the corner, the outside corner. Now you get this. Now you're going to lift it up and do the same thing on the other side, okay? So now you're going to go from here to the top there. See, don't do the center. Okay, when you fold it, make sure you don't cut the center. It's the top there, corner to corner, and then corner to corner. Et voila. Is that sweet? I think it's so easy. Now, let me do some magic to show you. Like this one, if you don't want to bother the measurement and the square and that, it's perfectly fine. But I'm going to show you to do like, I think it's the countryside dies. So this one here, the cardstock, it's 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then your designer serial paper will be 2 by 3 1/2. So really you're doing ½ inch small, not ½ inch, 1/4 inch smaller. Just like you would do, if you do the other one, you would be like this and smack that together, okay? Now we're gonna do some little extra. And I am not doing the bottom. Like if you do the dice, you're gonna have all 4 square. I don't find the need to do the bottom. And you know what? I don't need this here to measure. And the reason why I don't feel the need for do the bottom, because you're going to see it's get shoved under. So you're going to go at 1 inch at the top here, and then over here, and not 1 inch, I'm sorry, half inch. Then flip it this way, half inch, and I'm using, oops, my pen went out. I'm using a pencil because I want to be able to erase if, okay, 1 and half and half and half, and then over here, half inch. And then I'm going to do that with my other layer. So that's going to be right here. One. And this one here, it is the cardstock, it's 3 by 4 1/4, and the designer stereo paper, it's 2 3/4 by 4. But it's also half inch. Measure half inch top and side there. This is just a little extra. Did I measure that? But you, like, if you don't have the dies and you wish you would have it, or you don't want to spend that much for the die, you're going to see how it is. Now I got another layer, the same than this, so that is 2 3/4 by 4 for the white. That's where we're going to do our greeting, whatever, to write. If you want to stamp like happy birthday or something, make sure you don't go too low. You're going to understand in a minute why. So you're going to take this with the corner to corner. You could use your paper cutter, and if you use the paper cutter, you're going to put your point and your point. That, here we go, point and point. Gosh, it's like that one. Okay, there and there, and then you would cut. See, but for me, I find it quicker to just use my scissors, line that up, and I just go from the point to the point and cut. So now see, I got the perfect match. Now, this one, I didn't think about it, but I think my they're gonna get cut off. So let's see, right on the edge, I go from the back. I didn't want to cut all layers. Oh, that's okay. It's okay. So I would stamp after I cut my corners, okay? Learn from my mistake. Let me make the mistake and you learn from mine, okay? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and glue that right there. Like this. And then this one go in the front. So see how it is. So if you're familiar, I think it's the countryside folder, not folder, but dies. It's pretty much like that, right? Now this one here, we're gonna go ahead and cut that over here. Move this one over there. And cut that from your mark to your mark. Now we're gonna glue this. And this one, I want it more like plain because I'm going to put a cup on it, you know. Okay, this one, it show a little bit where I get my marks. So that's why I like to use pencil. The other one barely showed them. Okay, now here's the trick. And so you're going to take my front. That's going to be my front here. So this is going to be the back, and we have to glue this in the back. So now you see why you cannot write too much below. So now to make it that it stayed nice. And sometimes I have to add more glue in the thing, but I put this over here, my glue, and my glue over there. And now I want to make sure if you get your grid paper, awesome. I didn't bring mine. I'm going to guide myself on the envelope. You want to make sure you don't pass 5.5, so it's going to go in your envelope. Now I'm going to put that in. I'm going to spread this here. See? Okay. Now I'm going to center this. Make sure it's straight there. Yeah, that looks straight. And it can be even higher a little bit. That's why you want to use Tombow for this in the back. When you put your, oh, that's going to be good. I wanted to move it a little bit, but see? Now, if you see sometime you don't have enough glue, I put on both sides me. You could always add more glue if you have to. In this case, I don't have to. Now, I'm going to do the same. And I think that's why the first one I did, I just put glue on one side. So this, I use glue on both sides, the front and the back, make it easier. And so then you want to take this and line up with this. So I'm going to go ahead and spread this here where it's going to go. And here we go. I match my corner there. Now I'm going to press this. So now you see when I pull it up, it don't pass. I'm good. And this one, I can even go down this way. It would be snug, but it would fit. So this one, if you use dies, sometimes it's a little bit more tricky, depends the length of your dies. But this one, I can put even an umbrella that pass. See? Because I'm going to fold it this way. If I fold it this way, then see, this one would fit. So you want to make sure that whatever element that you're using won't pass. It's a way that you can close it to fit your card. So let me show you a little tip. So I embossed this in my folder. So I put it right at the edge there. So I didn't really emboss the umbrella, okay? But when it comes to this cup though, when I emboss it, I add the emboss on the citrus there. And I didn't like that because it didn't look right. So it could be that it still looked the thing, but usually we get that a piece inside, a piece outside, you know, sitting on the side of the glass. So what I done, I took my bone folder and I just pressed the embossing uh, there. So you see, it didn't matter. Also, you can cut an extra one and put it on the side there so it's more dimensional. So whatever that you like. And I even thought to take this, I'm going to do it right here, cut this, and then I can put, you know, yeah, it won't work because we don't see through. If it would be vellum, but here we go. You can put it still on top. That's the option. Now, simply said, that's what I use for my greeting. Let's celebrate. I like to cut it diagonal, and then you can use your paper cutter. Uh, I'm just winging it. If voila, I go sideways. I'm going to go a little bit smaller here. So depending the grading you want, you can, you know, do it whichever way you want. I'm going to go ahead and add this on Blackberry Bliss because that's the base of my card. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that there. So you can measure everything. I'm a girl that just wing it, okay? I do a lot of stuff and just wing it. So now I'm going to take my bone folder up and up at each end. See how it curl? Then I'm going to go under in the center. So I get a good curve. Now, some of you are going to say, well, that's going to go flat when you mail it. Not really. What I'm going to do is take two of the um, stamping dimensional. Can you see when I'm concentrate? I cannot find my words. Ha! Even without when I'm concentrate. Now at each end, I'm going to use a glue dot and a glue dot. So even when it's going to get mail, it's going to squish a bit, but when they get it, it's still going to pop up with that dimensional. I'm going to go ahead, put that right here. Voila. Now I want the one with the umbrella. Let me get some embellishment. And these one are the strawberry slush pretty in pink gem. I think it's go perfect with that. And you know what? I'm going to put my umbrella right in the back. I'm going to put this one right here. And then I'm going to put another one in the top. So we're going to have two drinks and a third one in the back. That must be a big celebration, right? So let's go ahead and I'm going to put adhesive just on the side there because it's going to go on the side just a little bit. Now I'm going to go right here. Sit that right there. And then this one we're going to do dimensional. I always say do it even a odd number, but I feel, well, I get one in the back there. Here we go. That one looked like it's floating. Let me put it right at the edge there. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead with the gem. And I'm going to go with the one that it's kind of a goldish there. What color? It says strawberry slush and pretty in pink. Really, it looked like gold, this one. I'm going to put, oh, you know what? Pink look better. Let me do pink. One. And then I'm going to do two over here. It's like the fizz coming out. And voila, so now we got that. See how pretty that is? And here would be a good place to put the name, right? And in the back, you got place to write. If you're like me, you don't need much place to write. So I'm going to go ahead and the umbrella, I'm going to put it all the way at the bottom there. So let's, I don't want to add more dimensional because I don't want it to be too thick neither. Okay, I was looking the back of the umbrella, so if it go in the back, it's okay to pass. Here we go. And voila. So now this is your back. Does it look very festive? And here is, oh, well, here's the front. So now you saw how I done that with, to do the corners, right? You know what? I really don't like my umbrella though, to show in the front. I really didn't like it. So I'm going to come right here because the umbrella go that way. So if I would redo this card, I would put the yeah on this side because right now it's very heavy here. So I would put the yeah there and the umbrella there. I didn't like the umbrella showing the front when it was done, but here it is. So really to finish that, maybe I can even add this. Yeah, just to balance it. I got a tough time not to. I thought it was very unbalanced. So here we go. Voila. So now you see with diagonal and then straight. This is the same size, okay? Nothing different. Both of them are the same size. It's just that I show you how to cut the side there. And it, voila. So they stand up very nicely. And then they lay flat to put in the mail. And it's a regular envelope, nothing, so it can lay this way. And this one, you can turn it and lay this way. It's going to be snug, but see it fit. That is it, my friend. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like what you see, give me the thumbs up. And right below, you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for your support. All the supplies for this will be listed below. And also, you will have the link to go to my blog right below. And there, you're going to have all measurement and the supplies that I use also. Have a lovely day, my friend. Bye-bye for now.